Hi, welcome to the Wise Archive. Here, we make language learning simple and interesting. With us, you'll forget you're even studying and enjoy every moment. Donald Trump is a famous businessman and politician from the United States. He was born in New York City in 1946. As a child, he liked to look at tall buildings and think about big houses. He wanted to build important places in the city. He often says that he has always been interested in business. He has always wanted to make something big and successful. Trump was a small boy, but he had a strong personality. He liked to spend time with his family. He often played games with his brothers and sisters. He liked to watch cars and buses on the busy streets. He can remember the noise and smell of the city. He likes the lights at night. He often says that New York City gives him energy. He thinks about how to make things bigger and better. At school, Trump liked numbers and money. He thought about how to sell things and make deals. He liked to learn about buildings and construction. Some teachers said he was loud, but he was only active. He often says that thinking about business helps him learn. He likes to see and plan projects. He must take care of details. He often writes notes about ideas. Trump's father gave him advice about business. He likes to listen to stories about real estate. He often goes to look at buildings with his father. He likes to see the shape and size of houses. He can remember the smell of fresh paint and wood. He likes to think about how to improve buildings. He often thinks about money and value. He must find good opportunities to make business. He likes to see results of his work. When he is 10, Trump likes to play games with numbers and money. He thinks about shops and buildings. He often counts prices and plans small projects. He likes to see the world in a big way. He says that numbers and money are important. He likes to make plans for the future. He must work hard to understand business. He often draws buildings on paper. He likes to look at sketches and imagine them bigger. In his teenage years, Trump goes to a special school in New York. The school is big and noisy. He likes to see many students, but he wants to have his own plan. He often spends time reading about construction and business. He likes the smell of books and pencils. He says that learning about money and buildings is interesting. He likes to see how things work in the city. He often takes notes about ideas. He must think carefully about the future. Trump's family is important to him. They often talk about work and business. He likes to hear stories from his father. He often watches his father work on real estate deals. He likes to see the colors of buildings and the shine of new windows. He often thinks about how to improve his own projects. He must be careful and smart in business. He likes to see people happy with good buildings. He often dreams about building something big in New York. After finishing school, Trump goes to college at the University of Pennsylvania. He studies economics and business. He likes the clean classrooms and quiet library. He often spends hours reading books about finance and buildings. He likes the smell of paper and pencils. He must understand money, contracts, and real estate. He often writes notes about ideas. He wants to be ready for business in New York. In college, Trump meets teachers and students who like business too. He often talks about projects and investments. He likes to see new ideas and plans. He sometimes takes trips in the city to see buildings. He enjoys the smell of fresh coffee in small cafes. He likes the sound of traffic and busy streets. He must take time to study and also to understand the city. He often plans his future with drawings and notes. After graduation, Trump starts to work with his father's company. He helps with real estate projects in New York. He likes to see buildings and streets. He often goes to construction sites. He can feel the cold steel and smell the concrete. He likes to take pictures of buildings. He must check every detail. He often thinks about what people want. He likes to make projects bigger and better. In the 1970s, Trump begins to lead new projects. He wants to build tall buildings and hotels. He likes to see the city skyline and imagine his projects there. He often spends hours in offices planning. He must talk with engineers and workers. He likes the smell of paint and new wood. He often walks in the streets and looks at spaces for new buildings. He wants to create big and successful projects. He often thinks about how to attract people. Trump opens his first big hotel. It is in Manhattan. People are impressed by the size and style. He likes to see the lights and decorations. He often smells the food from nearby restaurants. He must check everything carefully. He likes to talk with workers and architects. He often walks in the halls and looks at details. He wants the hotel to be clean and beautiful. He often thinks about how guests feel. During these years, Trump spends time learning about business rules and money. He likes to read newspapers and watch the city. He often tastes food in restaurants to see what people like. He must know the market and opportunities. He often looks at advertisements and signs in the streets. He likes to see how people react. He often plans new buildings and renovations. He wants to improve every project. In the late 1970s, Trump becomes well known in New York. People start to talk about his big buildings and hotels. He likes to go to events and meet important people. He often sees the lights and decorations in the city at night. He likes the smell of flowers at special events. He must plan carefully for every project. He often looks at buildings and imagines new possibilities. He likes to see success in his work. Trump often travels in the United States for projects. He likes cities such as Miami and Chicago. He often smells the sea in Miami and hears waves at the beach. He must check buildings and meet workers. He likes to take notes and plan every detail. He often tastes local food and talks about opportunities. He wants to learn about every city. He often imagines new hotels, towers, and businesses. In the 1980s, Trump begins to expand his business further. He buys large buildings and casinos. He likes to see bright lights and big signs. He often smells the new paint and polish in buildings. He must check the contracts and workers every day. He likes to walk through hotels and offices. He often thinks about how to make each project more successful. He wants to attract more people and visitors. Trump opens casinos in Atlantic City. He likes to see the colorful lights and hear the sounds of games. He often smells the food and smoke in restaurants. He must watch every detail carefully. He likes to check the tables, machines, and rooms. He often thinks about how guests feel. He wants the casinos to be clean and exciting. He likes to see people happy with entertainment. He often plans new ways to improve the business. During these years, Trump spends much time traveling. He goes to London, Florida, and Las Vegas. He likes the different cultures and cities. He often sees tall buildings and busy streets. He smells coffee and fast food in restaurants. He must meet workers, engineers, and investors. He likes to talk about projects and ideas. He often looks at maps and drawings. He wants to find new opportunities for hotels and casinos. In the 1990s, Trump faces difficulties in business. Some projects lose money. He often feels worried about buildings and loans. He likes to think carefully and plan next steps. He must talk with banks and lawyers. He often tastes coffee while reading papers. He wants to find solutions quickly. He likes to see improvements in every project. He often walks in offices and looks at files. He must work hard to recover from difficulties. Trump writes books about business. He likes to explain ideas and strategies. He often talks about success and failures. He likes to give advice to young entrepreneurs. He often tastes food in restaurants during meetings. He must explain clearly to students and business partners. He likes to see how people learn from his experience. He often looks at skyscrapers and imagines new projects. He wants to inspire others to work hard. During these years, Trump often appears on television. People see his hotels and casinos. He likes the sound of cameras and lights. He often smells the food on sets and hears city noises. He must prepare for interviews and presentations. He likes to speak clearly about business ideas. He often thinks about new opportunities. He wants to make projects bigger and more successful. He often revises plans to attract more attention. In the late 1990s, Trump begins new projects in real estate and television. He likes to see the city skyline and bright signs. He often smells paint and fresh wood in buildings. He must check the workers and engineers every day. He likes to taste food in restaurants and hotels. He often takes notes about projects. He wants to improve hotels, casinos, and offices. He often plans new ideas and designs. He wants to create luxury spaces that people enjoy. Trump continues to grow his business in New York and other cities. He likes to see tall buildings and busy streets. He often smells coffee, paint, and food while visiting projects. He must check plans carefully and talk with staff. He likes to walk slowly through buildings and see details. He often imagines new hotels, towers, and casinos. He wants to make projects successful and popular. He often thinks about future possibilities and opportunities. In the early 2000s, Trump becomes more famous. People know him as a businessman and television personality. He likes to see the cameras and hear the applause. He often smells coffee and food on television sets. He must prepare carefully for every show. He likes to walk slowly and look at details on sets. He often plans challenges and tasks for participants. He wants every episode to be successful. He often thinks about new ideas for television. Trump also works on new real estate projects. He likes to see tall towers and busy streets. He often smells fresh paint and construction materials. He must check the workers and engineers every day. He likes to taste food in new restaurants and hotels. He often writes notes about improvements. He wants hotels, offices, and apartments to be perfect. He often imagines new projects for the future. He likes to see people happy with his work. During these years, Trump often travels for business. He goes to Florida, Las Vegas, and other cities. He likes the sun, sea, and warm air in Florida. He often hears waves and smells the sea. He must check hotels and casinos carefully. He likes to talk with workers and managers. He often takes notes about improvements. He wants all projects to be successful. He often imagines new ways to attract people. Trump becomes a television star with a famous reality show. He likes to see cameras, lights, and busy sets. He often hears applause and talking from participants. He must plan challenges carefully. He likes to taste food and drinks during shows. He often thinks about the next episode. He wants the show to be interesting. He often watches participants and takes notes. He likes to see how people work and solve problems. In the mid-2000s, Trump continues to grow his brand. He works on hotels, apartments, and golf courses. He likes to see green grass and tall buildings. He often smells fresh paint, wood, and grass. He must check every detail in the projects. He likes to taste food in restaurants and hotels. He often walks slowly and looks at every corner. He wants projects to be luxurious and clean. He often thinks about ways to improve design and comfort. During these years, Trump also participates in public events. He likes to see the lights, cameras, and people. He often hears applause and talks with attendees. He must speak clearly in front of crowds. He likes to taste food and drinks at events. He often thinks about business opportunities. He wants to meet people who can help his projects. He often looks at buildings and imagines new possibilities. He likes to see success in every area of work. In the late 2000s, Trump faces political opportunities. He likes to see people and hear ideas. He often smells coffee and feels the warmth of buildings. He must prepare speeches and plans. He likes to walk slowly and think about problems. He often talks with assistants and advisors. He wants to have influence and responsibility. He often thinks about decisions carefully. He likes to see people react to his plans. Trump continues to balance business and public appearances. He likes to see tall buildings, busy streets, and shining lights. He often smells fresh paint and food while visiting projects. He must check details and talk with workers. He likes to taste food and coffee in hotels. He often plans new buildings and improvements. He wants every project to be big, clean, and successful. He often imagines future opportunities and ideas. In the 2010s, Trump becomes a political figure. He decides to run for President of the United States. He likes to see people, flags, and big meetings. He often hears applause and speeches from crowds. He must prepare for debates and interviews. He likes to walk slowly on stage and look at the audience. He often tastes coffee and food while working. He wants to explain his ideas clearly. He often thinks about how to win support. During the campaign, Trump travels to many cities. He likes to see lights, streets, and busy markets. He often smells food from local restaurants. He must meet voters and talk about policies. He likes to see people listening carefully. He often plans speeches and appearances. He wants to attract as many supporters as possible. He often thinks about the country and future decisions. He likes to see people happy with his ideas. In 2016, Trump wins the presidential election. He becomes President of the United States. He likes to see the American flag and busy streets in Washington. He often hears applause and news reports. He must take responsibility for many decisions. He likes to walk slowly in the White House and look at details. He often tastes coffee while reading papers. He wants to lead the country successfully. He often thinks about policies and laws. During his presidency, Trump faces many challenges. He must make decisions about the economy, foreign relations, and laws. He likes to see maps, buildings, and streets in cities. He often smells coffee and hears busy offices. He must talk with advisors and officials every day. He likes to walk slowly and think about problems. He often tastes food at meetings. He wants to make important decisions carefully. He often thinks about results and future plans. Trump also continues to communicate with the public. He likes to see cameras, lights, and reporters. He often hears questions and applause. He must speak clearly and explain policies. He likes to taste coffee and snacks while preparing. He often plans speeches and events. He wants to reach many people with his ideas. He often thinks about how to improve the country. He likes to see results of his work. After the presidency, Trump continues to be active in politics and business. He likes to see buildings, streets, and new projects. He often smells paint, coffee, and food. He must check details and meet people. He likes to taste food at restaurants and hotels. He often plans new real estate and business opportunities. He wants to improve projects and attract attention. He often thinks about success and future ideas. He likes to see progress in all areas. Trump's life is full of work, travel, and public appearances. He likes to see cities, lights, and busy streets. He often smells coffee, food, and fresh paint. He must check buildings, hotels, and offices carefully. He likes to taste food and talk with workers and advisors. He often imagines new projects. He wants to continue building, planning, and leading. He often thinks about opportunities and improvements. He likes to see people happy with his work. Trump leaves a legacy in business and politics. People remember his hotels, towers, and presidency. He often thinks about success and achievements. He likes to see bright buildings and busy streets. He often smells coffee and fresh paint while visiting projects. He must plan carefully for every project. He likes to taste food in restaurants and hotels. He often imagines new ideas. He wants to inspire people to work hard. He often thinks about how to succeed in business and life. Useful vocabulary: business, project, building, hotel, city, opportunity, success, responsibility, leader, campaign, achievement, appearance.